In this video, we are going to create a middleware to check if a user has subscribed to a plan. And before we get into that, let's finish up with the payment success component. At the moment, we don't see anything on the page upon payment. Let's try to make some payments, and let me show you what I mean here. And this is what I'm referring to. As you can see, we don't have any indicator that something is happening, and we have the JSX here. By checking for its loading, then we will go ahead and then display this, and in case we have an error, we will display this. Otherwise, we will display this page as success by having a link to click on to create a post. So let's uncomment out this, and I forgot to do this in the previous video, so let me comment out this one, and down here supposed to be this one, and down here remove that. Awesome. And now let's see, I think I have to bring in the elect component, which is not that. Yeah, payment intent ID is supposed to be the payment intent ID as that, so let's replace with this. And also for the error, let's bring in the error here, and that is it. And now we got payment success. Now if I click on start creating, it will take me to the dashboard for creating the account. Remember, I have linked the link as that. Awesome. Let's go ahead and create the middleware to check if a user has a plan being subscribed. So let's focus on the backend. So here we are going to create one to check as supposed to be new, and check user plan. And this is going to be a simple middleware. So let's bring in the user model, and let's resave to have the auto import, which is this. And we will need the async handler package. So let me copy this and also place it here as that. Awesome. So let's continue with the implementation. And the function goes like this: const check user plan is equal to async handler, then our async callback function, rec response, and next. And for this one, we have already talked about it, how to create express middleware. So over here, the whole logic is that we are going to find the login user and check on the user property. If we have what is called has selected a plan being set to true, then it means that the user has a plan. This is what I'm referring to. We are going to check this property. So in here, let's bring in the try and catch. Even though we have the async handler, but let's bring in as that. So here we will say that check or get the login user. So here as const user is equal to await the user model dot find by ID. So here, how can we get the ID of the user? And we can get it from the rec.user, which means that we are going to protect the payment verification route to use the is authenticated. As you can see here, not this one, supposed to be the Stripe payment, this one. As you can see here, at the moment, we don't have the middleware. So here, we are going to pass in what is called is authenticated. So it means that unless you are logged in before accessing the payment verification. So after this one, we are going to call the check user plan, which is, let me export as module.export is equal to check user plan. and here let's bring in the middleware as that. So we are going to pass in as the third argument to this. This is the endpoint. This is a middleware to check if a user is logged in. And the third middleware is the check user plan. So it means that in case this middleware pass, then we have the user in the request object as rec.user as we specified in the is authenticated middleware. This is where we are assigning the user ID. So over here, let me save it, and over here, if I log the user, let's see. So let's try out by visiting this endpoint for Stripe, and that is the payment verification. So we are going to hit the payment one, which is this. If I hit send, now we got unauthorized, meaning that I'm not logged in. If I log in, and let me try again, the server is hanging, but in the terminal we have the user. So we are going to check on the is_has property, which is this one. As you can see, at the moment it is true because this user has a plan being selected. So we are going to check this one inside the check user plan. So here I will say check user plan, and it's going to be as if there is no user dot has selected a plan, then we are going to return and then use res.json and provide message, and we will say that you must select a plan before creating a post, else we will call next, and then it can move on to the next middleware. Otherwise, let's return and use res.json and then pass in the error message as error. All right, so let's go ahead and then log in by using different accounts. Let me register by using Atom here and use atom@gmail.com and then register. I think I have this user. What about using Thomas? And then thomas@gmail.com. All right, so let me log in with this and remove the email and log in. Good. So if I try to verify this payment, let's see. As you can see, you must select a plan before creating a post, which means that it is working. All right, so let's try to use the middleware at the right place. We are not going to use it on the payment verification, but instead on the post creation. This means that we are going to check before creating a post if the user has a plan being selected. So I think the way we are using the middleware here is not the right place or the right thing. So here I'm gonna select these ones like that, and let's get into the creation of the post, which is this, and let's get into the router, which is this one. Yeah, so let's bring in the check user plan middleware. After the is authenticated, bring in the check user plan. The order matters a lot because we want the login user inside the check user plan. So it means that if a user is logged in by passing this middleware, we know that the user is in the check user plan. All right, that is it for the middleware. Let's continue in the next video.